When deciding on a job or whether to work with a company, it's essential to consider more than just the product. Sure, having a good product is important, but what makes the biggest difference is who has the best marketing system. We use software similar to what some of the most profitable companies in the world have used. This is what we call an auto sales closing system, which will, number 1, generate interest, number 2, capture your leads, number 3, present your products to your prospects, number 4, closing them right there on the spot, number 5, following up with them if they don't buy and close them at a later point, number 6, capitalize on 9 different categories of income streams. How much do you know about your field of business? Many people understand what they do, but don't fully understand their field of business. The strategies we use online aren't new. The technology may be, but the techniques used by the most profitable companies today are the same ones companies used during the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s through print. Unlike many companies today, businesses from those decades were less concerned with branding and getting their name out there and more focused on making sales. For example, consider this a Bisquick ad from the back cover of a 1931 Cosmopolitan magazine. Readers could send in the coupon in the bottom right corner to receive a free Bisquick cookbook, which educated them and highlighted the importance of cooking with Bisquick. We use the online equivalent of what companies did in the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. Today, it's known as a landing page or sales funnel, but I prefer to call it an auto sales closing system because it's a software solution that does the selling for you. Many companies misunderstand advertising. Advertising isn't just about letting people know what you do. It's about understanding human behavior and using the proper combination of words, shapes, and colors to motivate someone to do business with you instead of your competitors. We use a simple one-page website to collect email subscribers. Recently, Learn.com published that these simple one-page websites outperform traditional websites by 2,400%. At the beginning of this module, I asked, how much do you know about your field of business? Like most people, most companies understand what they do, but don't understand important areas of their business, such as cash flow, raising capital, and marketing. This is where you come in. Currently, I have 150,000 emails from clients in Los Angeles and growing, which you can leverage to help companies like attorneys, real estate agents, medical offices, and others grow. In the first module of this series, I mentioned that I worked as a business strategist, collaborating with as many as 60 companies per week. One of the biggest mistakes I saw companies make was not having an expensive enough product and not having a cheap enough product. Studies show that only 5% of businesses will make $1 million in a single year. Why? Because most companies require too much of a commitment to start working with them. The more expensive a company's products are, the more trust they need to develop with their prospects before they'll buy. Other studies reveal that the average millionaire has 7 streams of income. If only 5% of businesses make $1 million a year, the solution is to offer 7 streams of income. Not as 7 different products, but as 7 different upgrades. For example, when you join a gym, you're upsold nutritional products and another upgrade of personal training sessions. Start with an inexpensive offer. When the product delivers on its promises, trust is built, and customers are more likely to buy your next upgrade. The most profitable companies follow a framework you can take advantage of by working with us to make $5,000 to $15,000 per day. This framework has 6 steps. Start with a free trial offer by collecting an email address using the modern equivalent of what companies did in the 1920s, 1930s, and 1940s. Step 2 through 4. Offer 3 or 4 products, where the money from these products pays for advertising. You know, when you go to stores like Target or Walmart and see last-minute offers in the checkout line like magazines, batteries, and candy? These are called impulse items. In steps 2 through 4, we replicate this online with a series of 3 or 4 impulse items to get people to start spending money. Most companies spend between 2 to 5% of their revenue on advertising. This is why small businesses struggle to get ahead. Instead, they need a framework where advertising costs are offset by sales from impulse items. This is known as a loss leader. The more impulse items a company sells, the more money they have for advertising, and the more money both you and the company will make. Step 5 is a product that pays for living expenses like rent, a mortgage, car payments, utilities, and food. This is usually priced around $1,000 and often sold through a webinar. Step 6 is a high-ticket product priced between $5,000 to $25,000. This pays for your lifestyle. Whether you want to travel the world, drive exotic cars, or live in a multi-million-dollar estate, this is how you fund it. The lower the price of a company's impulse items, the more people will buy. I like to start with a $1 impulse item. For every 100 to 300 front-end impulse items sold, 1 to 3 back-end offers will convert, meaning someone will spend $5,000 to $25,000. Some of you can do this every day. That's $5,000 to $25,000 per day. In my last job, I worked as a business strategist for a $400 million marketing firm, collaborating with executives from billion-dollar companies. Now, I'm looking for more testimonials from people of different backgrounds to show that this framework works for them too. I'm taking on a small test group of clients for free, aside from some minor business expenses. If that sounds interesting and you're ready to get started, click on the link below this video.